Welcome back to Saber Tanya. We are up to Tuesday, the 6th of ER, and we are in the middle of chapter 46, where the author Rebbe began speaking about arousing a love of Hashem, a palpable love, which burns in the heart by considering the love that Hashem showed towards us. And when a person considers the love that Hashem showed and shows towards us, it will cause a reciprocal love in response. Um, and the author Rebbe described that love that Hashem is showing towards us in the example of a great and mighty king, that comes with his entire retinue and his princes and officers and everybody with him, coming down to the lowest, to a man who is in the lowest possible rung on the economic ladder. He is described as just despicable and just downcast and completely without, and thrown on the dunghill, in the language of Tanya. And the king comes down with all his retinue. The king comes down with all his retinue, comes to the man, picks him up, cleans him off, brings him back to the palace, brings him in chamber within chamber, and shares with this very, very low commoner the his ultimate majestic presence and everything. And the commoner, in response to the king's compassion and care for him, he will be just completely overrun with love for the king, and he will just have this infinite gratitude and feeling of love towards king. And that's what the author Rebbe says um, to consider in our situation, the Jewish people, and he's going to get into it now. So let's go. Sefer Tanya, middle of chapter 46. V'hinei kikol advarim ha'ele. Behold, and like all these matters that we're speaking about, that we talked about, the mashal of the king, in a manner corresponding to every detail to the said figure and image, ubechol achizoyin hazeh, and all this image of the great mighty king, and the gadol yoter ma'od v'kiflayim le'en kates, and much more so, doubled and redoubled, infinitely more so than the mashal of a great and mighty king, coming down to the lowest level of commoner. That mashal, but more so, doubled and infinitely more so. Osalanu Eloheinu ki ligdulato ein cheker. Infinitely more so, Hashem, our God, did for us, because his greatness is unfathomable. V'ihu mimale kol olamim, that he fills all the worlds, v'sovu kol olamim, and he surrounds all the worlds. So, the author Rebbe is saying that Hashem is more than a great and mighty king. He is infinitely more than a great and mighty king. He is the creator of all, and he fills all the worlds, and he surrounds all the worlds. But Zohar Kodesh, and it's known from the Holy Zohar, the Ari and the Arizal, Zichron Livracha, Riboy Hechalot Ba'olamot Ani Mispar, the multitudes of chambers and worlds without number, B'chol Olam, and in each world, the Hechal and chamber, Riboy Rivovos Malachim, myriads and myriads of angels, Ein Kates, without end, Taklis, and end, without an end. In Gemara, and like the Gemara says, Kativ, it's written, Hayesh Mispar Ligdudav. Is there any counting his regiments? Ukativ, and it says Elef Alafim. There are thousands. Yisham Shunei, thousands upon thousands minister to him. For Ribos Kedamohi Chuli, and 10,000 times 10,000 stand before him. So the author Rebbe is describing, number one, Hashem's infinitude, and number two, his officers and sarim are going to be the angels and regiments, and this is his retinue. Umeshane, And the Gemara answers, so what does this mean? What does it mean, thousands and thousands? And one place we say thousands of thousands, another place we say immeasurable. So is it thousands of thousands, or is it Ein Sof, without end? So the Gemara answers, Elef Alafim, thousands and thousands. Misra Gadud Echad. So thousands and thousands is one troop, so to speak. Aval Gdudov, but his troops ain't misbar. There is an unlimited amount of troops. So within a troop, you have thousands of angels, but how many troops? Unlimited. So we see that Hashem is much mightier and greater than a great king, because Hashem himself is unlimited, and his retinue is also unlimited. Kulam kameklach mamash chashivi, and everything is accounted as absolutely nothing before him. Ubatelim, the mitzius mamash, and completely nullified in their existence. Kapitel dibur echad, like the nullification of one's speech. Mamash, literally legabe muhus nefesh, in regards to the in the essence of the soul, Hamadeber, which speaks, the atzmuta, and its being. So you have a soul which is able to speak, a speaking soul, which can speak words without limit, so to speak. And therefore, when you have one speech, to compare that one thing being said, that one speech compared to the soul, that one speech is completely nullified to its source, which is the soul itself. That's like everything that exists is completely nullified to its source, which is bringing it into being, meaning the Kodesh Baruch Hu. And ba'od shaisa dibura adaya b'machshavta oberatzonim v'chemas halev. So we're comparing this idea of what does it mean to be nullified when that speech is still in the thought or in the will or the other desire and the desire of the heart, and it's still sitting there in thought, not even expressed yet, or in the desire of the heart. So that speech, which is still inside you, is nullified to you. And if you decide not to say it, it won't be said. So that's the example that the author Rebbe gives for the nullification of everything in the world. It's, so to speak, within Hashem, and Hashem can say it or not. He can make it be or not. Everything is completely nullified to him, and nothing has any being even in relationship to him. That completes Tanya for Tuesday. Let's jump right into Wednesday and continue the thought.